we're here with the Louisiana Actors Expo, and with us here is Shonda Quintal. She is actually the executive director of NOARC.
Yes.
So can you tell us a little bit about NOARC and how it works?
The New Orleans Actors Resource Center, that's what NOARC stands for, is a nonprofit that works with actors, both film and theater, who are interested in bettering their craft.
So you bring everybody together, give them seminars, workshops.
Do workshops. I have the co-op, and it's on hiatus right now, but it just pick back up probably in the spring, where we meet weekly and do scenes and monologues and improvs, and just trying to keep everybody stretched out and on top of their game.
Great, and you're the ones that put this expo together, right?
Yes, we are.
So you worked hard. You did great. It's a great turnout. Any advice you want to give the talent in Louisiana? Anything you can encourage them?
Yeah, I think it's great. I was amazed at how many people from Louisiana came to the expo, because it's a new concept. In other markets, people are familiar with Actor Fest in Los Angeles and in New York, and so they understand the need for professional development and networking at something like the expo. So it was, it was honoring to have so many people driving in from Lafayette and Shreveport, and I had calls of people saying, "Okay, I'm getting on the road tonight at 3:00 in the morning, and I'll be there. I promise, I'm going to be there. I'm going to get there." And they got here, and they're hitting the road tonight. So
that's awesome. It's been great. Well, thank you for putting it on. Is there anything else you want to say? Anything you'd like to see in the future? More people, more panelists?
Yeah, we're growing. Last year we were confined. I literally did this in one room. And so this year I was able to get a larger facility, and I had about 5 different rooms with different activities going on, and it worked out pretty well.
This has been great. We have 3 floors, so you can't see that on the interview, but there are 3 floors, and there's a panel going on right now. There's been a panel going on like all day.
There are about 4 different panels in each room. They're different, different topics, different subjects that different groups of film industry professionals are talking about. So.
It's been awesome. We've gotten great feedback. Good job. Thank you. Yeah, you're welcome. Expo, and I'm here with Ryan Glorioso. He is a casting director. And what else do you do, Ryan? Casting director? Do you produce? What do you do?
Just a casting director.
He's just a casting director. That's it. Oh my goodness. You're like really
That's
important.
it.
Everybody wants to hear what you have to say. And what do you notice? What's one of the first things you notice when an actor walks into the room?
If they're prepared or not. So you should always just be prepared, know what you want to do in your reading, and come in and rock it out.
Cool. And what makes you decide to call an actor in for an audition?
Various things. If I know them, if they are what I'm looking for the role, if their headshot, resume kind of speak to what I'm doing with a specific role, and if I see that someone has, been in before, hasn't done well, but I see them progressing, then of course I'll bring them in.
Keep calling them in. Now, what about these video submissions? We hear a lot about video auditions. Do you like them? Do you get a chance to actually watch them all? And what's your take on that?
I love them. I mean, I'm based in Shreveport, and there is a talent pool in Shreveport, but I mean, you send me videos all the time. There's not a huge talent pool in Shreveport, so I have to rely on the video submissions a lot of times, and I think they're really great and really important as long as they're done well, with good lighting, good sound. You have another actor reading off camera with you.
But overall, how do you feel Louisiana is compared against to LA, and what can we do to be more on par with them?
I mean, a picture that represents who you are is very important. It should look like you currently. Your resume should be formatted the way theatrical resumes are formatted. If you don't know what that is, then ask your agent to show you the proper way. Reels are great as long as it's quality material.
Okay, and what about like the length of a reel? How I hear 2 minutes is ideal. You want 3 minutes or less, or
just quality scenes. It doesn't need to be long. It just needs to be good.
Okay, so just good.
Good.
Whatever, even if it's 30 seconds, as long as it's good.
Yeah, exactly.
Great. And how do you feel about this expo? Did you speak? You're on a panel?
Yeah,
okay.
It's
what
great.
did you tell us? I didn't hear.
I said a lot of things.
Give me one little thing.
What we're talking about now.
Okay, great.
I was actually on the panel with Liz Coulon and Lisa Marie Dupree and Judd Lorman and Casey Groves was the moderator, and we had a really good. I mean, somebody recorded it, so
Okay. And a lot of
lots. You should have been here. Lots of good stuff happened. We talked about, the audition process, what our process is from beginning to end. So we got to kind of educate
that's
the
important.
group. Yeah.
Okay, what else can you tell us? Like, what's like one tip you can give an actor that's really hungry, he's going out for roles? What can you tell him that'll help him book more?
Just make sure just because you're hungry doesn't mean you're going out for the right roles. Make sure you know what's right for you, and position yourself for the right roles. If it's something that's obviously not what you're fit for, you should reassess and figure out what your niche is.
Okay, great. Well, that's very helpful. Right. Awesome. Thank you. Thanks. So there you have it, Ryan Glorioso. He's a professional casting director. Cast quite a few things. He's leaving right now in Louisiana, and we have many more people yet to interview. Actors Expo, and with me is a professional actress, Jasmina Malone. How you doing?
Doing great, and yourself?
I'm doing good. So you're out here at the Expo. Have you been attending the classes and the casting?
So I've been kind of going in and out of some of the castings and some of the classes, because I'm actually volunteering at the event, so helping making sure everything is facilitated and going well for everybody. So this has been a huge event. It's been going really well. We've been getting a lot of really good feedback, and even some of the things that I have been able to sit in on, everyone, seems to be enjoying themselves. So
that's great. And we have 3 floors of different things going on each level?
Yes. So we have a child actors panel. So focusing on children and getting them into the business, getting them the information that they need to know. We have an adult actors panel, and so definitely casting directors, filmmakers, all the people who are in the business who can give them the information they need is available for them through this event.
Okay, great. And you have we got a headshot here. We have another headshot. This is a professional headshot with her name and phone number on there, and on the back is not her resume, but I did just see her resume. It was stapled. There it is. This is what a traditional or standard industry professional resume looks like, and she got a little creative and put some photos, which is nice, shows the different looks.
Yeah, you gotta show that versatility.
Exactly. Well, awesome. Is there any advice you want to give out to maybe newer actors, or anything you've seen in the industry you feel like we can improve upon so that we're more competitive with the Los Angeles people and the New York people?
I would definitely say just be confident, and if this is what you want to do, then pursue it like it's what you want to do. So make sure you get training, make sure you get current headshots, and that you do the things that the LA actors are doing. They are constantly, if they're not working, they're training. If they're not training, they're working. So definitely we need to improve upon that. And so events like this is great for people to be able to come together, kind of figure out where the industry standard is and where we need to be.
Exactly. Okay, great. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Awesome. You too. Hi, I'm Deanna Meske. I'm here at the Louisiana Actors Expo, and with me right now we have the owner and one of the agents of Tag Talent. Hi, how you doing, Liz?
Doing very good. How you doing?
Good, good. And James?
Hi, nice to be here.
Good, yeah. What have you guys been doing here? What have you learned? Like, what have you just experienced since you've been to this expo?
This morning I was part of a panel that dealt with child actors in the industry, and it was really good to hear people's questions and what they were. Hopefully we gave them some insight to help them learn to be better actors in this market.
Great. And anything?
I've just been advising on the audition process, how to get an agent, to submit to an agent, what the agency representation is all about, and the auditioning process, and working on film, TV sets, stuff like that.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about what's one piece of advice you would give an actor that's pursuing this career, or maybe he's already in the career, maybe something to help him out get a little edge.
As far as audition process goes, audition process, definitely being prepared, knowing your materials, knowing the projects, the films, the producers, the directors, casting directors, the actors that are attached to the projects, things like that. Reading scripts, knowing your materials, walking to the auditions prepared, and ready to rock.
Okay, great. So basically, are y'all looking for new talent, and if so, what type?
Always, any.
Always and any.
Well, any kind of film, any kind of commercial, any kind of project is looking for any kind of talent, and what we want are the experienced ones that are good at what they do.
Okay, great. And how do you feel about the industry as a whole? Like, say over the last couple of years, I know it's changing a lot. So, what do you see occurring here in Louisiana right now?
I think the beautiful thing about Louisiana is that it is a group effort for everyone to be really good at what they're doing. The synergy that comes together. I mean, where in it can you be at an Actors Resource Center and come together with a writer and a producer and a director and agents and casting directors all giving freely of their time to come participate? That's unprecedented. The way that this state loves its people, it's just amazing. You won't find that, or we haven't found that. We work in several states, so we haven't found that way that people really want to help each other, and that's the beautiful thing about Louisiana. It's here for you.
Right, I totally agree with you. I hear that. I've been hearing that a lot. And one other thing, I've noticed a lot of actors are struggling in the resume area, the headshot area, standard demo reels. What's your advice on that, as far as that being like your marketing tool or your calling card? What can you advise actors? Like, how can they make themselves look more professional so we can compete with the Los Angeles group and the New York groups?
You've got to have the professional marketing materials. You've got to have the reels with good footage, good projects, good scenes, headshots that pop, that stick out from the rest. Do something different. Have a different, not necessarily look, but a different approach. Different types of headshots. It's got to be professional. Resumes, yeah. I mean, sometimes there's an explosion of work, and sometimes it's quiet. But I mean, there's avenues and other,
You've got film. Go be in a student film. Get that practical experience. Go be in a theater production. I would more lean toward the student films and things like that, because without those resume credits, or with those resume credits, somebody can look at it, an agent or a casting director, say, this person's been on set in a speaking role. They know what they're doing. And I cannot impress that your marketing materials, your headshot has to be a professional headshot. And the demo reels, the real stuff.
And you like it short, right? Short and sweet, 2 minutes, maybe?
1 minute, 2 minutes. First 20 seconds better pop, or they'll go to the next.
Or you just delete it, or you don't even watch the whole thing.
Right.
You got to catch the attention right from the start. Just like the headshot. The headshot's got to pop and grab the attention of whoever's looking at that headshot and considering seeing you for whatever project.
All right, great. Well, thank you very much. I think we've helped them. Unless you guys have some more advice you want to give actors or anything you see in the industry.
Just be out
Rock
there.
it.
Be seen. It's all about exposure, network, marketing materials.
Train.
Oh,
Be
train.
ready. Be ready.
Be ready for anything.
Be ready.
Be ready for anything.
We can talk and talk and talk.
Great. That's what I
Thank
keep
you so
hearing.
much.
Training, resumes, headshots, everything. Just make sure you are prepared. I like what you said, too, about doing the research with the casting directors, the writers, the producers, and learning really what the project's about. That's really important.
You got to watch your shows. If you're going in for Tremaine, you're going in for Memphis Beat.
You got to watch it.
You got to be familiar with these shows and know what's going on and the feel and the approach of the show, really.
So do your homework.
Do your homework.
Good. All right, great. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. All right, take care. Thank you. Bye. Hi, we're here with Reed Daigle, and he is a director and a producer here in New Orleans. So how do you feel about the Expo today? What have you learned, and what have you gotten out of this Expo?
Well, since I was on one panel, I got the experience to share a bit of my experience with the 48-hour film project, which was an honor.
Okay.
And then I sat in on the business of film panel in the audience, of course, and the panelists there were very informative. Just learned a lot about basically putting a package together and the filmmaking, just how New Orleans is growing and such.
Great. And are you working on anything right now?
Yes, currently I'm actually in accounting on Killer Joe. And so it's been a really good chance to learn intensively about just the financial ends, and done a lot of other production work like that.
Great. And so are you, you're directing and producing, are you going to be doing another production coming up here pretty soon that we should tell everybody about?
Yes, not soon, very soon, but I am with someone developing a feature. I have one feature-length screenplay of my own that's sort of been on the back burner, but it's gone through revision. And perhaps next summer or sometime next year, I'd like to make another short, maybe about 10 minutes or a little bit longer.
Okay, great. And any information you want to give out there for the talent, Louisiana actors, on how they can be more successful in this industry?
Yeah, just don't give up. Anytime you just don't feel very encouraged or, aren't landing the roles that you think you should be landing, just keep at it. I mean, it's up to you to make it on, you're your biggest promoter. So just keep at it.
All right, well, thank you very much, Reed. I appreciate it. Thanks a lot. Hi, we're here with Brittany Van Dyke. She is an actress here in Louisiana. How long have you been acting?
Probably since like middle school, high school, and then I've just branched from theater over to film, and I'm kind of transitioning still. So.
Great, and you're training, right? Who are you training with?
Right now I'm currently training with Jerry Katz with Katz Acting Joint.
Great, and you were training before with another coach here?
With Malika Gray, she was awesome as well. So yeah, lots of good people out here.
Great, and how do you feel? Are you getting out on a lot of auditions here, or what's your average? Like how many auditions would you say you go on a month?
Lately it's been kind of slim. I just did an audition the other day for a little UNO film that I went to myself. I found online and I booked it, so that was good. So, but usually, one or two a month. I'm on average here.
Okay. And you have an agent, right?
Yes, I'm with Fame Agency. So.
Okay, great. And then now we've been talking a lot about headshots today. Can you hold your headshot up? This is a pretty good headshot here. This is definitely, it's very close to being like extremely industry standard. I would say it's one of the more professional headshots that I've seen. So this is, you can see the angle and the lighting. You can clearly see what she looks like. So I just want to show everybody a sample.
Yeah, this was actually one of the students in my acting class, Han Soto at hansoto.com. I'm promoting you. And he actually did them for anyone in the class. So
great. And now, what have you gained so far from coming to this expo?
It's really awesome. I got to do like a little audition, and some of the panels have answered a lot of the questions that I've had, and some of it's stuff that I already knew. But it's always good to networking. It's always good with networking.
Great. And now, why would you recommend somebody else to come next year, and why would you do that?
Definitely. I would totally come again, if for nothing else, just for the networking experience. So.
Okay. And you've gotten good information. Did you do the Actors Access panel?
Yes, I did sit through the Actors Access panel.
Okay, great. And do you have a reel?
No, I'm working on a demo reel right now. So.
Okay, but you learned about that today, right?
Yes, and I need to. Yes.
Okay, good. All right, well, thanks, Brittany. I appreciate it. All right, thanks. You too. Actors Expo, and here with Jennifer Shemke. She is an actress and a coach. Mm-hmm. So what are you doing here at the Expo, Jennifer?
Well, I'm moderating a couple of panels, the children's panel and the independent filmmakers panel, and I'm promoting my classes and just kind of vibing on the whole wonderful event.
Great. Mm-hmm. And what do you expect out of this Expo as far as for an actress and then just for the film industry in general?
Well, I'm hoping it will reinfuse me with kind of that, that I want to go out there and book roles kind of a feeling. It's nice to be around like-minded people who are doing the same thing.
Yeah.
So.
Great. And so like with your acting classes, what do you specialize in?
I specialize mainly actually in improvisation. I really love the kind of off-the-cuff, staying in the moment feel of improv, but I also do scene study and teen and kids.
Okay, great. And if somebody wants to sign up for your class, what do they do? Like, how often do they come to class and whatnot, and how do they find you?
Well, that's a good question, Deanna. They meet once a week, usually for 4-week sessions, and they can learn more about the classes at www.jennifershemke.com. The studio is called Dauphine Rose.
Okay, great. So maybe they can Google Dauphine Rose, and then you'll come up.
Yeah, perfect. Google Dauphine Rose.
Okay, great. So you see a lot of actors, you've met a lot of filmmakers, probably casting directors. Mm-hmm. What advice can you give us in this community to be more professional so that we're competing more effectively with like Hollywood actors?
Mm-hmm. Well, I would say, always be studying. That's always great. And know that when you go into audition for a role that the casting directors are looking for something very specific, and it's not necessarily within your control to meld yourself into something you think that they want. Okay. Go in there and do the best that you can, as professionally as you can.
Okay, great. And is there anything else that you've seen in the industry that you feel could help Louisiana come across as being more professional or more up to par with like Hollywood and New York and whatnot?
I think that actors need to really treat this as a job and not as something that's novel, even though it gives you that feeling of butterflies, like, ooh, it's the movie industry. I don't think you can let them see you sweat, if you will. You go in there and just deliver the goods and then get giddy when you leave.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay, great. Is there anything else that you're wanting to learn from this expo or anything you expect to find out while you're here?
I would like to find a new good headshot photographer, actually. I'm looking for some good new headshots. I'm thinking maybe Lawrence Turner.
I think we need to find a headshot photographer to interview.
Yeah.
Yes, some samples.
Why not?
Would be good.
Yeah. Thanks,
Okay, great. Thanks, Jennifer.